Good news, everybody. This is Will Phototech coming directly to you through the power of the internet via the YouTube video sharing platform. And I might just re-upload this video to my Facebook page. Just for it. I might not. It just eats up data on my internet as it is, so... This video has multiple topics in it, and I will quickly try to move through them, but I will go from the oldest to the newest. There's only three news topics I'm thinking of at this moment off the top of my head. I might have more. So the first news topic, several days back, there was an interview with Mark Cerny of Sony, and he was talking about he was answering a whole bunch of questions by Kotaku. I think it was Kotaku. Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But the point of this was that Mark Cerny basically said we could cut the calculation size from a 32-bit operation to a 16-bit operation, and that would allow us to do two operations in the same fold, which then would bring the teraflops of the PlayStation 4 Pro up to 8.4 teraflops. First and foremost, as I understand of what teraflop is, and I have some books I have read quite a bit about how computers work and how to assemble them and all kinds of stuff, and I even have a basic book on coding. This is the beginner book right here, but I have other books on coding. That essentially a teraflop is nothing more than how many calculations within a window of time. First and foremost, hair floated in and out. But it's essentially just a number of calculations that occur in a particular time on a particular piece of hardware. Now, this is interesting because this brings up the point, you could bring up the number of teraflops by bringing down the complexity or size of the calculation. Now, first and foremost, I quickly ran around and looked at my books and my other stuff, and I quickly came to the conclusion that there is very little benefit to going from a 32-bit operation to a 16-bit operation. Now, first and foremost, this is actually a limiting force. This actually requires for the program to be entirely written into 16-bit operations. And this would actually limit the scope or range of the program in itself. Generally, as the operation gets bigger, 16, 32-bit, 64-bit, you know this is multiples of 2 of the last answer. This allows for a longer, more complex calculation, which can then also render a bigger, more complex thing, and also grants you a greater range of options in the calculation. The only benefit I could ever imagine from going from a 32-bit operation to a 16-bit operation is A, bringing the number of teraflops up so you can say, aha, our system can do more teraflops. And second, how could I word this? Oh, yeah. There, as far as I know, there's really no second option. Uh, you just simply all you really do is simplify, and you could just say, it's just smaller games, less complex, lower resolution, poor quality. Uh, really, when you go down in bittage, you actually limit the range of possibilities in the calculations. So you would have to do more calculations to make up for that. So it's essentially a wash. So really, truth be told, the only benefit I could really come from, I look up online, I look in my various books and various other things, is the fact that Mark Cerny could say that the PlayStation 4 Pro can do 8.4 teraflops. 8.4 teraflops of 16-bit operations, where everyone else is doing 32-bit operations. It's essentially you lowering the bar to meet to exceed it, when in fact it's just okay. Now, there may be other benefits to it. It is, after all, as far as I can understand, the second kind of benefit would be easier to program, more elementary level programming. But that's it. And that would be more limiting to, like, you know, more simple programs. So in other words, the final my verdict on this is that Mark Cerny essentially came up with a trick to increase the teraflop count on the PlayStation 4 Pro in an interview for two things. A, to say the PlayStation 4 Pro can do a higher number of teraflops, and this is to A, confuse the general masses, and B, say the PlayStation 4 Pro can do 8.4 teraflops. If you have, please, any more information on this subject, please put it in the comments below. I am very interested in it. I'm kind of starting out learning how to program. I did learn some basic HTML many years ago when I was just trolling DeviantArt. It's really fun to relabel and size words and invert letters and stuff like that in a comment, and then have a person hit on a link and then go to their page, or to Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up," never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and I love that song. It brings me so many good memories. Okay. Enough with that. The second the second news story is that Bethesda has decided that they are going to limit early review codes to 24 hours from release date of a game. So, going on into the future games will only have their release codes released to reviewers 24 hours before the game releases in stores. Uh, uh, to be quite fair, Bethesda's rationale was basically, we have found that gaming journalism is ineffective at promoting our products. Or, yeah, essentially that. And that we've come to the conclusion that it's just better to have everyone else play the game at the same time and go from there. And I would say that this would most definitely limit the number of spoilers in a game. I do not enjoy reserving a game, waiting for it, and then the week before the game comes out on the stores, I'm reading articles, I read a ton of articles, and I see someone reference something in a new game that's just about to come out that is a spoiler. I'm not a big story person, but the games I do care about story, I really do care about story. And by the way, talking about reviews not mattering, first and foremost, that actually comes from that's A, from Bethesda, and B, there's actual studies that state that a review by video game journalists only counts for 2% of the decision, the weight of the decision to buy that game. So, amongst people. So, say like you have 100 people, only 2 people of that 100 cite a review as the reason why they chose to buy that game. This is why I like to just watch zero punctuation for my reviews. Hey, you might as well laugh. uh, I keep talking about doing reviews myself, and at some point I will do reviews. I will mostly do old games, and I might throw in, when I get a Nintendo Switch, do reviews for the Nintendo Switch. But basically, what Bethesda basically said was, uh, if reviews matter to you, wait to buy the game after you've had your favorite reviewer review the game. So, there you go. The simple solution to this is basically stop buying day one, okay? And stop buying DLC day one or before day one. And this will kind of correct a lot of things. Also, considering that Bethesda is one of the first companies that has decided to do this, it could be largely due to the history of Bethesda releasing really, really glitchy games day one. I've never been much of a day one buyer on many franchises, particularly Bethesda. I truly do love Elder Scrolls, though. I'm kind of new to Elder Scrolls, but I enjoy it a lot. It's a really fun time. Uh, okay, on to the third news story. And this story essentially revolves around that Nintendo has stated January 12th, 2017 is going to be a big event all around the Nintendo Switch, and they will show off the system. They will some more, and they will tell you the price for the system, and then they will give you the exact launch day of the system. Very important. And they will show off many of the games. This will be streamed worldwide. This will just simply be a Nintendo Switch presentation event. They didn't specify it as a Nintendo Direct, but okay. And also, that the people that will be on hand at this event in Japan will be gaming journalists. Okay. I'm not invited, but I'm not much of a gaming journalist. Uh, Investors, people who have money, people, and partners. So, all those gaming companies that say, we will make a game for the Nintendo Switch, or we are really considering working on a game for the Nintendo Switch, will be there. Or provide middleware software for the Nintendo Switch. And I basically told you everything about that event. Also note that tomorrow, no wait, yes, it should be tomorrow. Uh, Depending on, okay, uh, October 27th, the Monster Hunter Direct will be going on. I forget the exact time. I didn't memo it down or anything. I think it was 6 p.m.t. Just anyways, tomorrow is going to be the Monster Hunt. This is like the fourth thing. Tomorrow will be the Monster Hunter Direct. Okay, this is just a reminder. Uh, Sorry for not being super regular all the time. Uh, I kind of like to play video games and I like to read books. Uh, as we move forward towards the winter, I will pick up some more spare hours here and there, and I will cover more news stories more rapidly, in a more rapid succession after they break, and I might actually fit in some reviews on some games. Keep in mind that I'm mostly a retro gamer, so I'm gonna do a lot of old NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, Game Boy kind of stuff. I might even throw some Atari stuff in too, uh, depending on if I can save up enough money for the Nintendo Switch. Which, by the way, I usually get laid off late December through January, February, March, into early end of April because I work at a scrapyard and it slows down. It might be hard to save up a ton of money for such a thing. So, this is why I'm waiting with bated breath to find out the price for the Nintendo Switch so I can actually put some money aside and actually reserve it and actually get it day one so I can actually do an unboxing for it and I can actually do a review for the first few games so you guys can enjoy and I can enjoy and everyone can enjoy because gaming is supposed to be one thing and one thing only. Well, first and foremost, it should be fun for everyone, okay? Don't you agree? Yeah. Uh, that is just all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Uh, if there's anything else, any topic in this video, me talking about Mark Cerny and his interview and his way of coming up with 8.4 teraflops and any other details around that, and please explain if there is any benefits to actually going from a 32-bit operation to a 16-bit operation. Please put that in the comments below. Also, second thing, do you depend on reviews from other gamers or video gaming news outlets to decide whether you want to play a game or buy a game? Personally, for me, it has zero effect. Uh, and then third, how stoked are you about learning more stuff about the Nintendo Switch? And are you truly excited for Splatoon? And fourth thing is coming very soon is the Monster Hunter Direct. I haven't played much Monster Hunter in my life. I do have a bunch of the games, mostly the older ones, for Nintendo systems and PlayStation systems. Uh, Kind of the curse of being a multi-console collector retro gamer is that you buy 5 games, you play one, and you buy another 5 games, and you play one, and you buy another 5 games, and you play one. Okay, so if I ever did get around to like doing a Let's Play channel, I have enough games. I'm literally staring at enough games to do a single year's worth of Let's Plays without ever playing the same game twice in a year, and do a Let's Play every day for a year. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please consider subscribing to my channel, voting on the video, like, dislike. If you dislike, please consider telling me why you dislike the video. If anything, if you're concerned about being insulted or by anyone, please no one insult any people that have said they don't like something about my videos, because they have the right to not like stuff about my videos. And quite frankly, I'm washed out. I have terrible lighting. It's night, okay? I just have artificial light, not very good light bulbs, and I'm keeping my cat up at night, and yeah. At some point, I might be able to get some more videos done during the day, and I actually have pretty good lighting during the day. So, there we go. Third, as I said before, if you have any information about computer bit operations in bit sizes of 16, 32, 64, and so forth, and the benefits of going from a larger to a smaller operation size, please put them in the comments below. If any other things you want to like give me feedback on, please file it down below. Oh yeah, if you, as I was going to say, if you don't like my videos and you actually are concerned that someone's gonna pipe up and insult you for it, go to my Google Plus page and private message me through Google Plus, or go down in the description box, click it on, go all the way down. You'll find a Facebook page, well, Phototech. It's slightly different spelling. Click on that, and you could directly message me through that, and I can answer or at least take your information you want to convey to me and move on from there. Okay? As I said before, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please comment, vote, and so on and so forth. And thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.